Hello there, my name is Gabe Hammond and I am a master's student in the counseling program at West Virginia University. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating how I would explain the brain-hand model to a group of adolescents in high school. So I will be walking you through what this looks like. I'm doing this and I will show students this in order for them to understand what is happening in their brain and help them to make sense of what happens when they get upset and are about to flip their lid. My hopes is that they can recognize when their lid is about to flip and they can come up with a solution to help them kind of become more mellow and get back to a point of normal functioning. So I'm excited to share this with you today. So we're going to start here. Hello class. Today we're going to be learning about the hand model. And I am so excited to share this with you because I think it's going to be super practical and helpful for you as a high schooler. So everyone, I would like you to lift up your arm, and right here, imagine this as your spinal cord. Your forearm is your spinal cord, and if you even kind of feel your back with me right here, and you can feel your spine, imagine this as your spine, and then you're going to come right up here. And this little bump right here in your hand is going to be your brainstem. And if you actually feel the back of your head with me right here, you can feel a little bump from your spinal cord to your brain, the back of your head, and that is your brainstem. So this is what is connected to your spinal cord and allows the brain to help function everything else in your body. So here's the brainstem. So if you open your hand like this with me, right here, this bottom part of your hand is going to represent your bottom brain. This is called your reptilian brain. This is what reptiles have in common with us, actually, reptilian. So that's how you can remember it. But this part of your brain, it does your basic functions. It tells you when to wake up, when to go to sleep, when to eat, when you're hungry. The brain does this completely on its own. You do not have to tell your brain to do this. So this is your part of your brain that wants to keep you asleep in the morning when your mom wants you to wake up for school. So kind of imagine that when you're in those situations. So next we're going to go to your middle brain. This is called, my thumb here is going to represent it, it's called the mammalian brain. And this is also known as your limbic system. This controls your feelings. It controls your attachment to others. It gives you feelings like happiness and sadness, and maybe as a high schooler, maybe you have your first boyfriend or girlfriend, and this part of your brain is kind of giving you those reactions to like someone else, and it shows you that attachment to others. So next we're going to go over the top of the brain, and if you bring your hand around here like this is the neocortex. This is the top of your brain, and it goes over your bottom brain, your reptilian brain, and your mammalian brain, and it covers all of that, and this is kind of the hub, the control of the brain. And in your neocortex, you have your prefrontal lobe, which is right here behind your forehead. And you have a left prefrontal cortex and a right side of your prefrontal cortex. So this right here is going to be the left, this finger, and the right. And your right side of your prefrontal brain controls socialization. It helps you describe the world. It helps you, see what is maybe cool in today's society, or seen as cool in high school, it controls all your socialization. Your left side of your brain helps make sense of the world. It helps you reason. It helps you decide if something you're doing is either good or bad. It's kind of more of your morality. So these two together kind of allows us to think consciously and awarely. So right now, in high school, your right side of your brain is fully developed, but your left side of your brain is actually still developing. So you may have trouble at times explaining the world. You can totally describe it and see why things are awesome, but you may not be able to explain why certain things are the way they are just yet. Your left side of your brain actually doesn't develop till when you're about 26-year-old. So mine's actually still developing. So what ends up happening is, so sometimes in your limbic system, there is a little almond-shaped size part that is called the amygdala. And the amygdala controls your fight or flight reactions. So imagine just a little almond shape right here in your limbic system, in your mammalian brain. And what happens is this part of your brain controls your fight or flight. It controls your immediate emotions to something. So something may trigger you, and this immediately gives you that feeling of urgency or sadness or happiness or anger. And what ends up happening is when that emotion gets so strong, it actually kind of flips up your prefrontal cortex. It goes out of place. It flips up your your neocortex, the top of your brain. And this is, you may have heard it as your lid may be flipped. This is something that flips your lid. When a stimuli affects you and makes you upset or angry, something that gets under your nerves, under your skin, your amygdala has so much power, and it is so strong, this sense of feeling, that it actually flips up your lid. And so I want you to think through now, what are some of those things that flip your lid in high school? And I would like you to figure that out, write those things down, and I think by doing that, it will help you be aware of what causes your lid to flip, and then help you control it not to flip as much, or it can help you kind of control when you think you're going to have that urgency, and then you can actually function, homeostasis-wise in a balanced setting. So, because when our lid is flipped, we cannot function normally because our whole brain is out of whack. So I encourage you to find what flips your lid and think of that often. And refer back to this brain model to help you make sense of what is happening in your brain and how a lot of this is a lot of your actions are reactions to what is happening in here. And that's normal. It's a normal thing. Everyone experiences it. So I hope today's lesson helps you discover what flips your lid. So together as your school counselor, I can help you be aware of what that stimuli is and how we can overcome this together to help you maintain in a state of good awareness. So thank you so much for listening.